Oh my God, Terrence. So his name is Terrence Monte, no relation, unfortunately, because I would be honored to be related to this fine, upstanding gentleman. So this is a hot vinyasa class at the East 53rd location, which like the hot studio there is way nicer than not way nicer, but it's a nice hot studio. It's big, it's wide. And apparently there is a class prior to the 6:45 that I took, but I quite enjoyed it. So like some people stayed over, and honestly, I get it. I would too. I'm honestly thinking about double booking with him. I mean, it was great because it wasn't too aggressive, but it was a great class. So he started off the class and he was like, it was 5 minutes to 6:45. He was like, oh, I don't want to start early because that's rude. And then he was like, well, let's just learn chaturanga. He went through this like amazing tutorial, and he like had everybody put 2 blocks on their chest, and you would like get on your chest and you practice like where your arms should go. You're supposed to lean forward. So it was really nice because we were doing a lot of twists. Like today's class was all about the twist. So we did a lot of different twists on standing, sitting, all. And I actually really enjoyed his comedy routine. Like some instructors, I don't like their weird jokes, but his actually were hilarious and great. They were genuinely proving points of the class. Like there was this one point, like towards the end, he actually did something on one side and not the other, which I mean, oh, that bothers me to no end. And I don't know if I didn't mind just because my practice, I was so calm in my practice with him, but he made this comment, and he was like, oh yeah, I realized that we didn't do the other side, and like some people are like, oh, now I'm gonna be uneven, and he was like, but you know, why don't you start swiping your MetroCard with your left hand instead so that you're not uneven? And I was like, wow, touche, good sir, touche. And then this was another instructor, again, like a lot of his mantras, a lot of the sermons and the things that he was saying in the class were just all about how one should live one's life. It was very much like, hey, if you leave here and you are elbowing people on the subway, if you leave here and you're pissed at the bartender for not stirring your drink right, like then you are failing your practice. Like you're not failing, he didn't use that word. More like this is about how you live your life, and this is about setting you up to live your life right, which is exactly what I'm there for, to fight my anxieties about the NRA running our country. And I have to say, I'm starting to make more peace with the fact that we're all going to die in a mass shooting. I'm starting to get to a good point in my practice with those inevitable facts. And Terrence is turning 35 tomorrow, and he's going away this weekend on a silent retreat. And he seems like a genuinely, again, like a good person. And what I really liked is that he managed, I mean, again, it was like a Friday night class, so it wasn't packed, but he spent time with everybody. Everybody got time. I will say for a hot class, like I've had more aggressive ones before, so I feel like there was a lot of ab work, a lot. I don't know that the ab work was like a regular situation. It feels like it might be. Like he didn't open or seal with Om. Despite how hippy-dippy he seems, he didn't open or seal with Om, which is interesting. It just seems like he has many layers, this Terrence Monte. M-O-N-T-E. You never find that. You really don't. That's rare. So it was like between the fact that he spent some time on me and like showing me my lungs and like making sure that I was stretching right and just his general vibe. Such a great class. Even though like on a rigor scale, I think he gave lots of different levels, like what Jorge used to do in Zumba, like try this or modify, and these are the different ways to do it. So for rigor, out of 10, I'm going to say it was probably only like a 6, but you could have given yourself more, maybe. And out of how spiritual he is, between 1 and 3 prayer beads, I'm going to say it was probably like a 2 prayer beads. That's a new metric for me, and I think that's an important one. I think it's an important one to include. But out of 5 muscles, I'm giving him a full 5 because I fucking loved the class. I loved him. I'm all about it. I'm totally going back. I'm going to try and fucking double book. I loved him. He was great. Amazing. So I highly recommend Terrence. Really think you should go anytime, day or night. I feel like it doesn't matter your mood, a Terrence class is a good one.